So we got the first full-length trailer,
Proper trailer.
teaser, minute and a half
Why the
of the
fuck?
Fantastic Four first steps.
Why the fuck didn't they use this as the first trailer, not that other thing that we reviewed yesterday?
Well, that was just to get us amped up for this one that they dropped today.
No, it shows the complete. No, I know.
Still, that was the intent.
Well, their intent was wrong because they're dumb. They should have done this because it was at least more interesting. And yeah, Herbie's a tard, but at least he looks more not human, but he's at least not so.
No, Herbie never looked like a human robot.
No. But he doesn't look.
It does look like the cartoon robot.
But no.
For the most
what
part,
I'm saying is that
a little bit different, but
he almost has a Wall-E quality to him in the shot.
Yeah.
I don't like him, but I'm just saying.
Man, I mean, it is Herbie. No,
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. And I mean,
And
in the trailer, they're just anyway.
And because it should have been the first trailer because it introduced everybody properly, except for really Reed. And Eric and I were watching the trailer, and we saw fucking the Mandalorian, what the fuck's his name, Pedro, walking and talking, and we looked at each other and we're just like, no. He looks stiff. He looks like he's never seen a girl before. He just, like Eric said, miscast.
Yeah, no, he's miscast. He's not Reed Richards.
Now, what is Malkovich doing in there? Is that the Mole Man?
I think so. Honestly, I heard something or other mention of the Mole Man.
Yeah. And then they're doing Galactus as well?
And we're getting Galactus.
And Silver Surfer with tits.
And Shalabal Silver Surfer, however that's going to work.
I think that's a bit much.
But we get a little glimpse of Galactus. He looks cool.
Yeah.
He does. The Thing looks really cool. I like the way... The Thing's great.
I don't like that thing he's in. He should just have
He should have his trunks, right. But...
Yeah.
Whatever. But... probably,
we're analyzing it.
It was
whatever. It's that
probably,
it look right.
to save him from having to do his whole body the whole friggin' time.
So he's a candy ass.
They cover up the body for most of it because it would have been expensive or whatever.
But he doesn't look. He doesn't look familiar. He doesn't look iconic. Iconic is the thing with the shorts.
But it's the best likeness of his facial features. It's great.
Really? I still like the Roger Corman one better.
Yeah, the Roger Corman one was cool. And even, Michael Chiklis embodied it. But he was in the wrong treatment.
Yeah.
But,
still just... the whole Pedro thing just pisses in the wine bottle just completely. I just don't... I'm not interested. I don't want to see him. I just don't. Any potential for the movie to be fun or interesting or entertaining is just squashed with him being in it.
Yeah, he kind of brings it down on that level, doesn't
he? It's just like, what the hell now?
Because, goddamn, Reed fucking Richards, man. The smartest man in the world.
Now
the leader of the Fantastic Four. Even on the Venture Brothers. The Impossibles, they got Reed Richards down.
Yes.
It's exaggerated and warped and twisted, but it's still Reed Richards and it's still fucking funny as hell.
Yeah.
But,
So he's a downer.
And John Krasinski in The Multiverse of Madness was a really passable Reed. But that's all we get from him is this alternate universe. So I'm still thinking that this could even be this whole alternate universe concept that they're throwing out there could be a loophole for them to just trash it and reboot it in the event that it tanks.
Hold on.
It's going to.
I think that they did it in an alternate universe so that they could destroy that Earth, and these Fantastic Four comes to the 616. And be like,
like Galactus eats the Earth and they don't successfully save the world?
Yeah.
Oh.
Failure.
Oh.
So, I think that's what they're going for. I don't know. Just seems that way.
No. And then the whole Silver Surfer Galactus coming into their first outing like this is premature. We don't even get to know him yet, and they're already into that thing. It just...
And so does Galactus have a Disney symbol on him? Because when Stan and Jack were doing this, because you know how Stan wrote, he just kind of had an idea and then let the artist do their thing. the Marvel way.
Right, and then he would come back and fill in the dialogue.
Yeah, and this is when Jack was fighting with Marvel about his artwork and everything else before he was like really thinking about leaving.
Yeah.
And so Galactus represented Timely Publications, or whatever the hell they called themselves at the time, Marvel, whatever the company was behind Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so that, like, Galactus is the big bully muscling in on these little guys, Jack,
Yeah.
So that's why I made the Disney joke, but Galactus is incredibly weak. You need to have energy to survive all the time. You know what I mean? And I know that later on it's that he's killing Celestials and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but still...
Yeah.
No, it's his cosmic hunger. The only thing that'll satisfy his appetite is the living force or the life force of a living planet.
Force, yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it's populated or not. If there's life on it, he can devour it. And the population is inconsequential to him because he's just satisfying his hunger.
Right.
And, Galactus is actually, like, the only survivor of the universe that existed before ours, according to the mythos. But because there's theories out there that our universe is the remnants of a previous one that collapsed in on itself and then re-expanded. And Galactus was a resident of that previous universe. That's how old Galactus is. He's older than the universe itself.
Yeah.
And and he's lived all this,
So take
eons.
that, Kylo Ren, you fucker.
Right? And,
Anyway.
Does
this give you any hope for the movie?
Not really. I mean, it's not any more or less than I expected.
It's just nothing that's going to be like, well, fuck, I gotta go.
I'm not jumping out of my skin about it. I mean, some of the production design looks pretty cool. It's the sleek 60s lines and style.
Cars.
But
I think my idea would have been much better, and I know that having John Malkovich in there isn't going to make the movie because he was the best part in Red, and he wasn't in it enough. You missed that Malkovich wasn't there, and you were happy when he was in the movie. So I think that's kind of
why would you not be happy with Malkovich in whatever he's doing, right?
Exactly, but it's not. That's not gonna. What I'm saying is, even though
Malkovich in the Marvel, he's looks like he's gonna be the Mole Man,
which is fine,
which is great. I mean,
I would go see that movie twice on Sunday. But I don't want to see everything else, and I don't like Pedro Pascal. He's a wet fucking blanket. He's a fart in church.
Well, I'm not on that page about that. I mean, he is who he is, and whatever. I've seen him do some good work. I liked it. I liked the Last of Us. He was good in that. The Last of Us was actually really good. And but he was suited to that. He's not suited to Reed Richards. I'm sorry, and it's nothing personal. It's just
we see him in everything.
It is what it is, man.
He's in everything. I'm tired of seeing him.
I mean,
I think Nicolas Cage would be a better fucking Reed Richards.
Yeah, probably.
And fucking Doc Venture would be a better Reed Richards.
Doc Venture. Well, I mean, Richard Impossible would be a better Reed Richards.
Right?
Anyway.
So,
the trailer's out.
What do you think?
We're seeing the official,
minute and a half.
Look at it. It's not some fan-made fake thing. And what do you think of it, man? It just dropped today. Have you seen it?
Let us know.
Are you going to see the movie or not? Are you looking forward to it? Because I just can't. I can't bring myself to look forward to it.
Yeah.
It just,
So which one's worse? Captain America or Fantastic Four? Which one are you least wanting to see?
I think the Fantastic Four is the more egregious.
Yes.
Honestly. They're
Yeah.
fucking with the first family.
I know.
And Captain America is a follow-up to Falcon and Winter Soldier, which was what, almost 5 years ago?
Yeah,
Which nobody remembers?
and those
And
people
then taking us that long to come back to it and tell us the story of Sam Wilson, Captain America, that
yeah.
nobody even really...
So Hollywood's still racist.
Well, no, it's just taking them so long to come back to it.
Why? Yeah.
And I remember when the Falcon and Winter Soldier first aired, and they swapped out Captain America's image on their Marvel homepage on the website, whatever,
Yeah.
with Sam Wilson in the Captain America position, and took Chris Evans out of the picture. Oh my God! People lost their shit.
Well.
Marvel cancels Chris Evans. No, he wasn't canceled. Are you kidding me? So anyway, it's just had negative backlash since day one.
Yeah.
Because people don't get it.
Well, if people don't get it, that means it wasn't conveyed to them correctly, or in a satisfying manner. They should have had an interim with Bucky, like they did in the comics, and Bucky's like, "No, fuck this shit," or he dies, heroically, and then, all right, Sam, I guess you're up.
Yeah.
But then,
But I mean, the way they set it up at the end of the end game, and then moved into it with the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and there was this progression, and then it's just been sitting there till it's gotten stale.
Yes.
Till they finally come back to it.
Yes. Stale is the correct term.
Right. And
stale is the term for everything Marvel's doing.
And it's like
Agatha was stale.
Well, that and the Thunderbolts are going to be going and looking into the Celestial from the from the Eternals movie. It's taking them that long to come back to that.
Right.
I mean, people are like, so what about that? I was 12. Now I'm fucking 18 or whatever, and
yeah.
I mean,
who cares?
Right. And of course, phases 1 through 4, they were much more
succinct.
Well, that and they were all interconnected and all, but they were much more concise.
Yes.
They didn't take so long to come back to what happened in the last one.
Yeah.
Or something that was going to have, some future, ramifications
maybe
or whatever.
Maybe they're trying the slow burn, but they don't even know how to do it.
No, they're just taking too long to come back to this shit, and some of the shit that they put out in between.
Yeah, you said it. Shit.
Has been a waste of time and
money. And
now they're finally getting back to Sam Wilson Cap, and nobody gives a fuck because I don't even know how many people gonna go see the movie even watch the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what kind of viewership it got, but I'm sure it was decent because it was the second streaming series in the Disney Plus lineup, and WandaVision was a smash hit, and Falcon and Winter Soldier wasn't quite.
Okay.
But anyway,
back to Fantastic Four.
But no,
you get that
but like I was saying though, I think the Fantastic Four is the more egregious.
Yes.
Because Sam Wilson Cap is not the first family of comics.
Yeah.
And doesn't matter how long he lasts in this position before, whatever happens next. Because whatever happened next in the comics, he wasn't Cap for very long.
No.
But he was, though. And the suit was, it's really, that's CBA to a T, comic book accurate, and looks great. But how many people are even familiar with it?
Yeah.
Especially moviegoers. They don't know from any of that shit, But that's what I liked about, again, going back to Falcon Winter Soldier, was the U.S. agents, it was straight out of the comics, lifted right out of the pages. It was awesome.
And speaking of comics,
and even Zemo's wardrobe.
Speaking of the comics, so, you opened the door, so I'm gonna run right through it.
Heck yeah, man.
A friend of the show, Ray, is a comic book seller, dealer, whatever. He's been like that for 1,000 years. And I told him like 4 years ago, like, hey, comic books are going to, you're not going to be, because it's all going downhill. No one paid attention to me. He has the same thing with the Star Wars books. Now everything's gone to shit, and now he's mad. And I'm like, so Disney isn't doing anybody any favors by all this bullshit. If you want to keep the momentum going, you got to keep producing good stuff, keep everybody happy, keep everything moving. That's Star Wars and Marvel. You don't know what you actually bought, Bobby, and you don't know how to take care of it. You have to steward it. You're not, so you're just fucking everything up.
Yeah, it's a different world out there today. I mean, as far as like the comics in particular, and other collectible type media or whatever.
So
more people are preserving them, and than ever before. Whatever, they put the toys in the clamshell, they put the comics in the bag and board, and
then in the plastic.
And so, and the whole secondary market is all about supply and demand. And if there's no shortage of a given item that you're after, you're not going to have to pay a premium price for it.
So
it's all how many people are actively after this particular item compared to how many of them are available on the market, and that's what drives the price up.
You mean, hold on, Eric, sort of like movies? How good is the movie is how many people are going to want to see it, and how many people are actively going to participate in that reality
and come out to it and
support
and pay their money for the ticket and support it and because I mean, come on, the film industry is an industry. They are in business to earn a profit, and some of these
auteurs
just outrageously exorbitant budgets that they put into this thing. Most of it is other people's money. It's not the studio's money.
Yeah,
it's investors who put the money in to make the movie, and these investors expect a return on their investment. That's why they're investing in it.
All right,
and when it tanks, they lose money. They're not happy. Then they lose their investor for the next project.
Yes.
It's just ridiculous, man. You think they'd know this? They're business people. There's the people, the suits, the producers, the studio heads. They're the business people. They're the money people, the number people. Pull your heads out.
Well, Bobby was a weatherman on ABC, an affiliate, and that's where he came from. So anyway, we got a little off track, but we're just talking about everything in general.
Anyway,
let us know what you
Fantastic
think.
Four trailer. What do you think of it?
Leave a comment.
Are you looking forward to it after seeing this, or
is it a hard pass?
I don't even know what anybody thinks of any of it. I just know what I think of it.
Alrighty, with that, like, share, and subscribe.